everyone, welcome back. And today is my review of 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 5, Brave New World. So let's get started. So the first couple is Tiger Lily and Adnan. So this is a continuation of their wedding celebration. Adnan says that it's usually small, but he wanted to go big. And he also knows that Tiger Lily, she's kind of over the top herself too. She likes the finer and the fabulous things of life. So he wanted to match that and make her happy. So we see that he has flowers from Thailand. He has the best food, he said. He has music, DJs. He has dancers everywhere. He's got these men in these gold masks that are kind of standing around like soldiers. And then he has some fireworks going on. And it's really, really, really over the top. And it was really nice, to be honest. I think it's the best one I've seen on 90 Day Fiancé. After they enter the wedding celebration, they need to go and change, because after they change, they will be announced as husband and wife. So they go and they change in the same room. I'm not really sure why they did that, but they went and changed in the same room. And remember, Tiger Lily is not allowed to get undressed in front of other men. Well, Adnan is in there with, I think, his seamstress or someone that's helping him with his clothes. And there are several men in there. So she is sitting in a chair with her makeup artist, and they are waiting for Adnan to change and leave so that she can get dressed. So it ends up being, Adnan leaves, but it left Tiger Lily with very little time to get her own self dressed. So he keeps knocking on the door, and I believe he was just kept bothering her to come on out. He needed her to be out. And I'm thinking, you were the one taking all that time in there while she could have been. Actually, I think they just should have had different rooms. But nonetheless, they did. And she does end up changing clothes. It took a while because, as you know, sometimes wedding dresses have a lot of like strings and buttons and things that have to be it's just a little bit more intricate than a regular dress. So anyway, she comes out. They announce her and Adnan as husband and wife. And, they dance. Although they danced, they didn't dance together. They danced. Adnan danced with the men and Tiger Lily danced with the ladies. And, overall, it was really just a really nice wedding. He spent a lot on it, you could tell. So next up, we have Faith and Lauren. So, we see Lauren going over to Faith's hotel room or her door. He knocks on her door, and they're getting ready to go out for the day. They have plans to go to, I think it's like a dam. It's called the I think it's the Wam Dam, the Wawa. I can't pronounce it. The Wawa Dam. They're going there for the day. It's probably like a big drop off of water. They get there, they swim a little bit, and they just try to make a nice, cute little connection. Lauren is just weird. Lauren is always smiling. Like, I always see him smiling for some reason when something really isn't a reason to be smiling or isn't funny. But he's always smiling. Maybe it's just nerves. I don't know, but it's kind of super annoying. But nonetheless, they swim. And then when they get out of the water, he feels the need to have to tell her about an STD. And like I said before on the previous episode, I really was just not interested in that. TLC or WeTV or TLC could have left that out. I really didn't care. But yeah, he tells her that she is looking at him crazy. At first, she acts like she didn't know what STD was. He tells her what it is. And she's just looking at him strange because she didn't know he was involved in it with any other women. And, he has made it very clear to all of us, but not her, that he is going to continue dating other people right now. Run real fast. Run really fast, Faith. Just run. I don't care. Just run away from him. He's an idiot. So they ride back. Faith is super annoyed. She's very annoyed, as all of us watching is super annoyed as well. He could have told her that before they left, because then she could have made the decision if she even wanted to be hanging out with him, because I would have said, no, thank you, goodbye. So they ride back. She's pretty upset. She's shocked. She's told him that she really doesn't want to talk to him and that she just needs some time to think. So for now, that's kind of what she's going to do. She doesn't want to talk to him. She wants to think about things, and I don't blame her. So next we have Niles and Matilda. So Niles is packing so that he can go to Ghana and meet Matilda for the first time. So he says he can't wait to squeeze her cheeks. I thought that was so weird. I mean, it's kind of cute, but it's kind of goofy, because he's a grown man. But whatever. Nonetheless, I'm sure she'll get a kick out of it. But he says he can't wait to squeeze her cheeks. He arrives at the airport and he reflects on being alone and flying without his family, because usually that's who he is with whenever he is traveling. So he doesn't have them, but nonetheless, he still, goes on with this adventure of, going by himself, especially with him being on the spectrum. And he does reflect on the fact that Matilda wants to get married during the visit while he's there. He's really not down with that. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to get to know her and her family, and he also wants his family to get to know them as well. He also said he has no idea what the bride price is. And I don't know how they're going to work this out. I don't know how he's going to get her to be okay with not getting married during his visit. But yeah, I didn't really like that segment, but that's all about them. Next off, we have Brian and Ingrid. So it looks like they're finally in Ingrid's hometown. It seemed like it took a long time for them to get there. I thought it was 3 hours, but it seemed like it was all day. But I'm thinking on the last episode that maybe they stopped a few times to eat, and then I don't know, but it was only a 3-hour drive according to her. So they're in her hometown. It looks like she's making Brian stay in a hotel, because that's where they were at when she left him and she went to go spend some time with her youngest son at her own home. I do think that Brian has kind of, just made it very difficult for her to be interested in him. I think because of all of his lies, she's not really that into him as much. But I also, like I said before, I don't feel like, she's not without her own lies and deceptions and things that she's decided not to share with him. And I feel like she's also withholding information. Just go over the other episodes and you'll see that she has no interest in, she never had an interest, because she knew her dad would not be okay with him. And I'm assuming his disability. So she was never going to introduce them. And, I think she should have said that to him. So, I mean, like I said, she's without her own lies and deceit. So I think she should kind of give him a pass unless she comes out up front as well. She tells him that she's not sure that they can put the past in the past and move forward. I really just think she's just not interested in him anymore, and she's just making up a bunch of garbage along the way. I get that she's not that attracted to him. I think a lot of the stuff she does, I think, like the kissing and the hugging, that's just like stuff she has to do while he's still there. But I guess we'll see. I don't know if she'll ever let him like stay the night over her house. I don't know. I do feel like she's just trying to get to the US like the rest of them. Well, no, some of them actually do get married and have a successful relationship, but I do think that she's really just trying to get to the US. And Brian does come across as a pretty loyal person. So yeah, I think given his situation, he probably could be kind of loyal. But so later, Brian stops by Ingrid's house, and he didn't even call, or he just, or I think he called, but he was already outside her house at the time that he did call to let her know that he was going to stop by. So she goes ahead and goes outside and talks to him outside. We do see her youngest son come out. Brian asked if he could give her son a toy. He also had flowers for Ingrid, and she did allow him to give the toy to her son, and her son was pretty happy, excited, which, I mean, most kids are pretty happy and excited when they get a gift. I mean, who's not going to be excited? So, but like she did say that everybody deserves redemption. So, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe they'll work out. Maybe they won't. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. So anyways, next up we have Chitty and Renee. Her name is the spelling makes me always want to call her Rain, but it's Renee. So anyways, they are at, they decide to go to, I guess it's some type of nature center where they can see animals and stuff like that. So they're out walking, and she's kind of in her feelings about this vow of celibacy that Chitty tells her the last visit. They're walking, and she loves to guide him. Of course, we know she has always wanted to be the one to guide him and make sure he's walking in the right direction. He compares his life as they're walking, and she's telling him about the different fish and the things that she's seen, monkeys or whatever. And he starts to compare his life with Renee by comparing her to the fish in the pond. Like as if they had no water, he wouldn't, like as if he needs water just like to be with Renee, just like the fish need water to live. And so to me, I take that as that's his like way of saying he really does love and need her. So he does promise to be more affectionate to her. We always knew that she was very touchy-feely with him all the time, but I think she kind of took a step back for a few maybe a day or two, because he wasn't really reciprocating it. So Renee asked Chitty to, as they're walking, she decides to ask him again to explain, how he became blind. And Chitty goes on to say that his cousin climbed an apple tree. He was on the ground waiting to catch it, and it hit him on his right eye. And that's exactly what he pointed to. He says it was painful, but that night the pain did subside. And then a year later, the pain came back, and he began to struggle to see. And so the doctor said, he has glaucoma, and which is an eye disease that's caused as a result of pressure, on the eye. So he's not sure if the glaucoma is the root of the problem, or if the apple, or if the apple, or if it was something that was more natural that made him blind. So it's really unsure. He also said that he was told that even if they operate on it that it won't get better because of his injury on his because of his injury. So because of the injury on the right eye, he tells us that he fell and hit his left eye on a wooden bench. And then he said he was taken to the hospital and they couldn't help. And that's how he became blind in both eyes. Y'all, I'm so conflicted. I don't want to say I don't believe it, but this makes it's just crazy. Like, I really believe that in season 1 or 2, not season 1 or 2, episode 1 or 2, go back and look for yourself too. I thought he said he fell on the corner. I thought he said the other eye, he ended up falling on the corner of a desk. So now I'm feeling like the stories are just getting different. I have no idea. It just sounds weird. I feel like, okay, let's go with the apple fell on the right eye. Okay, let's say we believe that. How in the hell did you, when you fell and hit allegedly this wooden bench, why were your hands not out? Like, I would think that your hands would like naturally go out. Why would your whole entire face hit a bench or anything? I would think your elbow would catch you, your arms would catch you. This is just a weird story. I mean, every time I look at him, I'm like, why does he have glasses you can see your eyes? Like, I would think you want your eyes completely. I don't know. I just have I'm conflicted with it. I'm not saying it didn't happen, and I'm not saying he isn't truly blind. I just have a hard time believing it. And I think the truth is going to come out very soon. Just my thoughts. So next up, we have Vea and Sunny. So their story is just so boring to me, but Vea is, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, I think it's Vea. She's packing and, you know, she seems to be in good spirit. She's excited to see him. She's more concerned about how Sunny is going to feel with her bringing her ex. And, you know, I thought that was real messed up. She should have just told him that she was bringing him, or bring him and then just don't say nothing at all. I don't know. Maybe it was, I don't know. I just think it's weird to bring him in the first place. But nonetheless, she's not sure how he's going to react. She's not comfortable that she has to fly for two full days, you know, before she meets him. And that is a lot of traveling to be on an airplane for 2 full days. But, you know, this is what she signed up for. Her ex-boyfriend, Rory, has met up with her at the airport. And they get on their flight and they are off to see Sunny. Y'all, this is interesting. This season, this new cast is definitely interesting. But thanks so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And on your way out, if you like any of this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, life has no remote. Get up and change it yourself. And I'll definitely talk to you later. Bye.